For Rabbits. Good afternoon.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Now, last time we talked, we worked out it was November last year ahead of, I do believe it was a US tour, a worldwide takeover by the Rabbits.
Yeah.
And you were dreaming of lining up all your visas perfectly, and I'm assuming they did.
I did. Yeah. The visas were so much hard work, but they came through perfectly with no problems, and it was great.
Does that happen often?
Well, it was my first time, but I'd heard a lot of horror stories, so I was like, kind of not holding my breath.
It's a scary thing when you hear horror stories about anything, any process, and then you go and do it, and you wonder, that was all right.
Yeah. No, it was. I mean, I think I learned from everyone else's mistakes.
You did?
Yeah. So, which is perfect.
Are you the one that sits in the back of the room and watch everyone and then, I won't do that, I won't do that. Oh, I like what they did there. I'm going to do that.
Sometimes I do that. But no, I just talked to a bunch of friends who'd done it, and I was like, what did you do wrong that I should avoid? Mm-hmm. And they were like, this and this and this.
And this.
And don't do this.
Don't do this. So now you, have you passed on the knowledge to anyone else? Has anyone asked you, what should I do when it comes to visas?
Actually, not yet on the visa front, but I do have people email me all the time going, how do you do this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, which is good.
With what regards to, with music?
Yeah, just, because it's a small community and everyone sort of helps everyone else out. And if you've been doing it for a while, you tend to pick up some useful things. So.
It's a good family here in Wellington. Musicians, good community. Now, you headed off to the States, South by Southwest. How was it?
It was really fun.
Yeah. Because it can be, I've never been there. From what I hear, it's big, it's overwhelming.
It is, yeah.
And sometimes too much.
Yeah, I mean, I got sick as soon as I left because I had too much fun. And I was still on tour when I got sick. But
oh, no.
It was fine because I had a few days between there and New York, so I came right. But, yeah, definitely had too much fun. But I enjoyed it.
How many dates in the US tour?
Oh, I can't remember now. I guess around 22, 24 or something.
God.
Yeah. We played 7 shows at South by Southwest.
Right.
So 3 in one day, one time.
Really?
But nothing like the Beths. The Beths we're doing, I think they did more than that. So
Did you catch up with any crew, any Wellington crew, any New Zealand crew while you were there?
I mean, there was actually a really great New Zealand contingent over there this year. So Emily Fiolette was there.
Lovely.
And the Beths and the Chills were there, and heaps of us. So yeah, we all saw each other a few times.
So with the rest of the US tour, 20 dates, any weird places did you visit?
We did visit some weird places. There's one place where we played in a literal saloon. This very strange town that was half cowboy, half kind of hipster, but in the middle of nowhere. And people would go there on holiday, but I don't think anyone knew why they went there. It was just the place to go.
Right.
But yeah, we played in a saloon with swing doors, and there was a man in a cowboy hat when we arrived, using his whip inside the saloon. And then it turned from a cowboy saloon into a gig venue, a hip gig venue at nighttime. It was very bizarre.
Awesome. So was it like a tourist town or? Kind
of, yeah. There was some massive art gallery or something nearby, and it was also a place where a pretend Prada store was set up in the middle of nowhere on the side of the road. So for some reason, a tourist attraction, with handbags, but it's in the middle of literal, deserted land.
How did that gig come about? Who put you onto that one?
It was on the way to South by Southwest,
yeah.
So I guess it was a practice show.
Mm-hmm.
Our record label, Muscle Beach, from the Mississippi, they booked us the tour.
Yep.
And that one was very odd, but it was great. We had a elderly gentleman whose name I forget. I think maybe Ron or something. He was 90 or so, and he'd go out dancing every night because his wife had passed away, and he danced to be happy, and he waltzed to our music, and it was really nice.
Oh, how sweet!
Yeah.
And what was the most memorable, the funnest? I'm guessing that one was quite memorable right there.
No, we had some fun ones. We played a great show in Washington, D.C. And it was cool meeting like long-time fans because we'd never been before. And went to the Rocky Mountains for a few days. And we went to Joshua Tree Park, and it was the time when all the flowers bloom. It only happens for a month or less, or a few weeks. So we went there when all the flowers were out, because normally it's just desert with cacti. And, that was cool.
That must have been quite visually striking.
Yeah, it was very cool.
The desert turned into a colourful field.
Yeah, it was very nice and highly recommend it.
Fantastic. Yeah. Oh, a nice sort of working holiday, the lives that we live, eh?
Yeah.
Should we do a song?
Sure.
Okay, what have you got in store today?
I'm not sure. What have we got in store? We've got a couple of songs, but I have to decide what one we're playing.
You just take it away when you're ready, all right?
I think we're going to do... so the thing is, I normally play with a band, a 5-piece band.
And you were just saying before, this is the first time you played by yourself with the keyboard.
Yes. Definitely on the radio. I think I did one show one time and I was like, never again.
It's a premiere. You're on the Amplify show.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
She's all yours.
This is a song called Day Shift.
Delicate little song. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Why don't you play more often by yourself on the keyboard?
Because the world is more exciting when there's other things happening, you know? Yes. That's probably one of the few ones I could pull off by myself. A lot of the songs have, lead lines on different instruments and little drum breaks and guitar and all of this stuff and harmonies, which I really like.
Oh, we like it too. I have to say though, just you yourself and the piano, it really shows the caliber of musicianship and the talent.
Oh, thank you.
And even the fact that you've never done that before officially. Here it is on the radio, first time, good people. Brooke Singer from French for Rabbits. Now, you are currently embarking on a tour, a very small nationwide tour, Christchurch, Dunedin and Wellington.
Yeah.
Friday the 9th at Christchurch Space Academy. Saturday the 10th in Dunedin, St. Paul's Cathedral, the crypt actually.
Yeah, we did those ones last weekend.
The crypt, is it actually a crypt?
Yeah, I mean, it's underneath the cathedral, and it's a semicircular room on one end, and we lit candles, and it was nice and
What's
spooky.
the acoustics like in there?
Quite reverberary, not quite as like verby as it would be in the cathedral itself, but
I was thinking cathedral-y.
yeah, but it was nice and spooky, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, nice. And of course, you're playing in Wellington tomorrow night, 16th, at San Fran Bathhouse. 3-date tour, a very, very small tour.
4 dates, actually.
4 dates.
We're Auckland the following week.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay. That's not on the page that I've got here.
No,
Maybe.
but...
if I hit it, it'll probably expand. Okay, I see. Facebook, stop cropping photos.
I know, it does, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? So if you go into the French for Rabbits Facebook page and have a look at the post on the French for Rab, which would have given it away touring this August, tickets on sale now. It does have an extra date at the tail end right there. And you've just released a little cassette as well.
Yeah, so we, that's from the American label. It's the version of The Way to Melted Snow that came out over there, which has got the extra song Highest Hill on it.
Right.
And so we added it for a little cassette release.
Whose idea was it to bring cassette out?
Well, they suggested it, and I went, that sounds wonderful. And then I designed the cassette, which was super fun. It's got my dad on the front.
Is that your dad?
It's my dad, yeah.
He's very epic.
He is, isn't he?
Was he a sailor?
No, but he is a surfer.
I just love his jacket. He looks very official. He looks like he's been, manning the docks for the big ships to come in, and he's waiting for his beloved with flowers.
Yeah, it's a great photo. The coat's actually, my brother made it. My brother makes psychedelic trance music, but he also used to make clothes. So he...
I have to ask, what instrument does your dad play?
You know, he's probably the least musical person around. He used to sing to me as a kid, but very out of tune.
So where's the music come in your family? Is it your mum's side?
My mum did play some piano, but not professionally or anything like that. So just me and my brother took it on as our own personal thing.
It's beautiful, beautifully subtle. There is, it's just your dad holding flowers, and that's it. It could just be a portrait, a picture.
Yeah.
The cassette there sitting there without even knowing. You look on the side, French for Rabbits, The Weight of Melted Snow. How many of these did you get? Well, you can't say pressed.
I think 100.
100?
So not many. We've got them on Bandcamp and on the tour. So
limited release.
Not many people have cassette players though. So
that is the thing, isn't it? That's the. How's your Walkman? That takes 6 AA's. No, they don't. They take 3. The Flash ones used to take 1, but they didn't last very long.
I see.
The woes of the 80s.
I don't remember.
You know your Walkman was dying when the song would sound like. And then you have to realize, well, that's the end of music for this class. Not that I used to listen to my Walkman at school. Anyway, we're talking about me. We should be talking about you. Are you going to have these for sale at the show this Friday?
Yeah, we will. Yep.
And any thought of vinyl? I do have to ask.
It's always a thought. It's always a thought. I think my dad's face on vinyl would be just wonderful. But it's quite expensive, and we need to set up a pre-order.
Yep.
And it's one of those things that people, if we had made it when we got the record released, we would have sold enough by now. But yeah, we
There
haven't.
there is a pressing plant up in Auckland now.
I know. I've been in touch with them.
Hmm.
I have. Holiday Records.
Of
Yeah.
course you have. You've already been doing the course. You've already got them on speed dial, ready to go. Should we do another song?
We can.
Actually,
yes.
I won't join that one. I'll man the reverb.
Oh, okay. That's great.
All right.
So this is brand new. So on this tour, we're playing a whole lot of new songs we might record
Mm-hmm.
for an album. And this one I wrote about 3 weeks ago now, so 2 weeks before tour, and it's called The Overflow, and it's about anxiety, which is appropriate because that's how I feel right now. Right. Someday I will seek out your heart and I will not divide it. Pull together each separate part and make it one again. Actually, I'm going to start again because I didn't like it. Someday. Okay, I think I'm ready. Someday I will seek out your heart and I will not divide it. Pull together each separate part and make it one again. Too long that I've been gone, terrified of wrecking all my friendships one by one, judging me for what I have not done. It's just a river, a current, it's just a heartbeat out of time, and I'm afraid I'll lose you all the time, and I'm afraid I'll lose you all the time. A clock losing the turn of its hands, but time keeps ticking over. The tightness of a task that is heavier, now the list is longer. Too long that I've been gone, terrified of not getting things done. And every day there is still less time to do it in. It's just a river, a current, it's just a heartbeat out of time, and I'm afraid I'll lose you all the time, and I'm afraid I'll lose you all the time. The overflow, when it all gets too much, flat to the bed, but looking at an open door. It's just a river, a current, it's just a you all the time. I'll lose you all the time. Thank you.
I've got the best job in the world. I get awesome people like Brooke coming into the studio with instruments, just trialing it out, see how cool that would be, and singing to me, and talking about their escapades and plans and tours and fun times and working holidays. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Would not have worked out that was about anxiety.
Yeah, it is. It's about a few things to do with anxiety. But the second verse in particular is about having, like, when you've got a list and it just keeps getting longer and longer. Yeah. And then it's like the river and the current is like, you know, that feeling that you get inside. That's what it's about.
It takes over. Hard to keep up. So many things. Another thing on the list. Brooke, you're magnificent. Don't forget, of course, French for Rabbits are playing up at San Fran tomorrow night. Tickets are $20 from utr.co.nz. Currently just finished the tour. And, of course, as Brooke was saying, you are going to be guinea pigs to a whole bunch of new tunes that the Rabbits have recently been putting together.
Yeah.
Many of them recorded and finished, or
None of them, actually.
None of them yet.
They're all quite fresh.
So they're all very fresh. And have you been touring? How did they go in the other centres? The new material.
They went pretty good. I think better than expected for a first show, because I'm still trying to remember lyrics and, you know, how to play them. And each night, like,
you don't make it easy for yourself.
Well, yeah, and how each night, like, I'm not playing the piano exactly the same. I'm playing the same chords, but how I play it might be a bit different, and so
I'm curious to find this out, because you're going on tour, trying new material to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Have you tweaked any of the songs following the gig after you've said, "Oh, that didn't work"?
Yeah, already.
Yep.
So on Tuesday we had a practice, and we've done some tweaks.
Major
for
tweaks.
Sure. I would say minor tweaks overall, just like tightening things up and just feeling things.
Manageable tweaks. I guess after all, you don't want to change it too much and then realize, how did we change it again?
Yeah. But a lot of it's just learning, like for this song, for example, I just played. I liked some of what I sang, but I didn't like all of it. So over time you learn how to sing it in a way you'll like. So
that's fascinating, the process. And of course the song keeps on morphing and changing, and you keep tweaking it.
Yeah.
Does that even happen with songs that you've recorded? It's that song that you know are finished now?
Often it does, and then you go, oh, I wish we put that on the record. No. So this time I'm trying to avoid that by doing the tweaks, like by, playing it first and trying them. And
trial and error.
Yeah.
Trial and error. And still working on it. And sounding beautiful as it is.
Oh, thank you.
Anything that we need to add ahead of the gig tomorrow night with regards to what people can expect? Do you have any guests coming into the show? Support acts. I don't have all those details in front of me.
Oh, yes. So Model Motel are playing support, and I've only seen them on the internet, but I really liked what I heard. I believe some of them are at the jazz school at the moment,
right,
or maybe at the commercial music school. Not really sure.
So you saw them on the internet, said, yep, want them.
Yeah, well, I know they've played in IGUM Wednesday, and I just really liked what they were doing, so thought we'll have them along.
That's how easy it could happen. You just record your gig, chuck it on the net. Who knows? Brooke might see it, and you might be playing support with them next time. Just make sure make sure
it's really good.
I was going to say, make sure you impress her.
Yeah.
Are you a hard taskmaster for those kind of things? Like,
I'm quite picky.
Yeah.
I do like to choose support acts and make sure there's something that I feel complements what we're doing. I don't necessarily like something that's the same. I just like something that gives the audience like a good experience.
What is it?
overall.
What is it about them that complements what the Rabbits do?
Their singer's got a very soulful voice,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really nice. And I like bands that are pushing the boundaries a little bit in some way. Just maybe they've got like an interesting like sonic sound,
Mhm.
or yeah.
Now, were they joining you for the whole of the tour, or just here in Wellington?
Just here in
Just
Wellington.
here in Wellington.
Yeah.
So you've got different support acts in other cities.
Yeah, we played with actually I'm wearing a t-shirt under here. Repulsive Woman in
Yes,
Dunedin.
we had them here in the studio a couple of
Oh,
weeks
great.
back. They're
Yeah.
really good.
Yes, yeah.
Harmonies, just incredible.
Yeah. really
Angelic.
beautiful. Very angelic
Yeah.
harmonies, yeah.
I can see them fitting really well with the Rabbit sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. And finally, up in Auckland on the 23rd, who will you be joined up at the Wine Cellar?
Anthony Jeffiers,
Mm-hmm.
who I also don't know, but a friend of mine recommended him, and yeah, it sounds like he's got some interesting
There's
stuff.
a lot of strangers and a lot of friends yet to be met.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So what happens after this little tour for the Rabbits? You've concrete the songs, you've tweaked them as much as you want, and you hit the studio.
Not quite actually. I want to write some more songs, and we're going to America again in October, November. I'm going to do some songwriting in LA, and
Yeah.
then
Is that by popular demand, or do you have itchy feet and you just want? There's a couple of venues I didn't get to last time.
it's kind of like, so we got this visa and we feel like we should use it. We got a booking agent on our last
Oh,
tour.
it's because the visa's still open.
Yeah.
Right, of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
mate. Take advantage.
So we're going to do a nice West Coast.
After all
run.
these visas lined up perfectly,
Yeah, yeah.
it'd be silly to waste them, of course.
Yeah.
Fantastic. When do you hit the studio to record these songs, and when is it? Is it too early to put a date on release?
Yes, definitely, because I have no idea when we're going into the studio or
Right.
what studio.
Sometime next year.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
theoretically. yeah.
Theoretically.
Yeah, next year would be good. I'd like that.
Everything happens at rabbit time, or at rabbit pace, which can be fast or can be very chilled out. Who knows? Brooke Singer from French for Rabbits, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All the best for the rest of the tour. Don't forget, of course, they're going to be playing at San Fran tomorrow night. Tickets once again available from utr.co.nz. $20, cheapest chips to move your hips. And how much are you selling the cassettes for?
$15.
That's really good as well. Limited release cassettes available of the weight of melted snow. Brooke, thank you once again for coming in.
Thank you.
And all the best. Keep us posted with your endeavours. We'd love to hear.